Acknowledge all the witnesses that have sat very patiently. Thank you. And I think I can find a compromise. I think actually everybody in the room, based on what I've witnessed, wants the exact same thing. So I think everybody wants to move forward immediately with C20, and they want to get on with it. But the reason I came, and I think there is an appetite, I hope that there's an appetite to, especially my female colleague across the way, that we have to investigate the Paul Bernardo transfer. That's why we're here, the rights of victims. And so if we could have...
Mr. Chair?
I'm still on my point of order. So if we could have...
What's the point? This sounds like debate.
I'm saying 100% let's move forward with C20, get that done. But we cannot defend Paul Bernardo in this House of Commons. So I'm putting forward that we would have a unanimous consent, move forward with C20 right now, and that we remove what was put forward, that the minister not come, that we can have a unanimous consent on the sub-amendment that was put on the floor originally by my colleague, Mr. Lloyd, to ensure that the rights of victims are met. We'll remove the I believe, between my colleagues from the Bloc and the NDP and the Liberals, they didn't want the Minister of Public Safety.
Point of order, Mr.
So we
Chair.
can just ensure that the rights of victims are here and we're not protecting child killer, rapist Paul Bernardo.
Ms. O'Connell?
I don't know what that was, Mr. Chair. Was there a motion somewhere in there? And if so, could she repeat the actual text of her motion so that we can determine if it's in order or not?
Just at the end there, when you did say the motion you were looking for.
A revised would be that the committee hold a 3-hour meeting with the following witnesses: the Commissioner of Correctional Service Canada, Ann Kelly, Deputy Minister Sean Tupper, the Federal Victims Ombudsman, representatives of the victims' families to discuss the transfer of Paul Bernardo from maximum security facility to a medium security facility. We pass that with unanimous consent and go right to C20 and get on with this.
Point of order. Mr. Chair, it's not. The motion isn't in order. We already voted on it. So the member opposite's motion would need to be, this could be a notice of motion, but it's not in order since we are currently on C20.
The clerk has informed me that if there is unanimous consent on that, we could go forward with that. So,
clarification, Mr. Chair. So I am asking this committee for unanimous consent.
Point of order. We already voted.
So you want to protect Paul
Point
Bernardo,
of order,
just for the
Mr.
record.
Chair.
Thank
Point
you,
of
Ms.
order,
Ferrari.
Mr. Chair. If we are going to play that game, and the members opposite, we had the motion before us previously. In fact, that it was our members that brought forward. We were working collectively. But, Mr. Chair, if the members opposite didn't come prepared to deal with C20, then they should just let everyone know instead of trying to make a political show on horrific.
This is sounding like debate now. Is this your point of order? No, but I'm willing.
But in fairness, Mr. Chair, if you're going to allow other members to make very derogatory accusations about some members, right, Mr. Chair? We are trying to get to a place.
Let's debate this issue.
Absolutely. No, Mr. Chair, the motion was.
And you have not received unanimous consent, so we will move on. Ms. Ferrer, you did have
just
a point of order.
Just a quick point of order, if I could call one more time unanimous consent that we approve that we're going to study this so that we can have the rights of victims. We can go right to C20. It's a unanimous consent. I'm putting it on the floor for the second time. I think we all want the same thing because Mr. Julian is exactly right.
Do we have unanimous consent? No, we do not. So, thank you, witnesses. What debate? Did you want to be a point of order from Mr. Lloyd?
I'm going to request unanimous consent. The witnesses have gone, so maybe discussion on C20 might be pointless at this point, and so I think we could use this time. So I'm asking for unanimous consent that we discuss a potentially revised motion that we can all accept in the remaining 40 minutes or 30 minutes of this meeting so that we can move on to C20.
No.
Okay, thank you.
No unanimous consent.